Good morning, everybody! Welcome back to Toony Nails, the channel where we paint cartoons on nails. This week I am dedicating my video to my favorite singer, Rosalia. She's a singer from Spain. You've probably heard of her. If you haven't, check her out. She sings very beautifully. That's my favorite thing about her, is how hard she goes on her songs and her concerts. I don't usually go to concerts, but if she came to Vancouver, I would pay all my money to just go see her. And that is why I have decided to paint her on this thumb. This is a half set, by the way, with acrylic stilettos that I made the week before, or a few days before. It just feels like a week. But right now I'm sketching her out. She's going to be doing, I guess she's going to be making that face she makes when she's singing really, really hard and intensely, which I love because she sounds so beautiful. And it makes me have the chills. So after I've laid down my sketch, I'm going to be putting some white on. In my previous video, I put the white on first and then sketched on top, just to get my shapes kind of laid down. And I can't say which one is better because this worked out. I think because this shape was a little more complicated in The Witcher, I did the sketch first and then put white on top, and it's nice because you can still see through it to block in your colors afterwards. So this works either way. Whatever works for you if you want to try it. But I noticed that these nails kind of catch light a lot and they look kind of dark even when they're shined, when you shine them a lot. So I decided to put a white underneath so that my colors will really, really pop when I place them on top. Like right here, I'm enclosing her face with gel so that I can just fill in the rest. This is your basic steps of applying your flat colors first. For example, I'm going to be doing her face and anything else that's like skin colored on her, so like her neck too and her little belly that's showing and her hands. And then afterwards I'm going to be doing her hair brown and her like top sweater. I don't know what to call it. Like, there's a word in Spanish for like a fit that like where the top matches the bottoms and they come together. And I can't think of what that word is in English right now. But her outfit. Oh, I guess outfit. But it's specifically like sweater and bottoms that are like soft, like kind of like a sweater and sweatpants that are the same color and they come together. Anyway, there's a word for that. And I don't know what to, yeah, anyways. I found a picture of her wearing one of those, like, but Louis Vuitton, and it was really pretty. She had a pink one, there's another one where she's wearing a red one, and another one where she's wearing a brown one. So I guess she really likes Louis Vuitton, and she really likes wearing that set of sweatpantsy, sweater, kits, group, whatever, that. It's also Louis Vuitton and really pretty, the way Louis Vuitton has like little flowers and logos around their clothing sometimes, especially the one Rosalia is wearing, and I really like them, so I'm going to be painting them on her sweater. And also on the last pinky nail, I'm going to be doing all Louis Vuitton logo flower things. I seem to be not having the words for many of the things I want to talk about today, so just please forgive me. I'm trying. But anyways, the thing I regret most about these nails is that they're not on actual press-on nails. I'm going to have to file the heck out of these nail tips that come with my practice hand in order to fit them on my hand. They were originally supposed to be for my left hand. I was just going to rock these like 3-inch acrylics, stilettos, so I can have Rosalia like featured on them. But yeah, I have this practice hand and it comes with a lot of tips, so I might as well use them. By the way, right here I mixed a bunch of little browns with that skin color so I could get the nice kind of chestnutty brown hair for Rosalia that I wanted, because I don't actually have it. I mix basically all my colors to make the ones I want. I've been surviving on mixed pink for the past, well, 2 months now. I really want the perfect pink, but I have yet to find it. And I'm like, well, I have this magenta I never use, so I might as well just go until I run out of it and just keep mixing it with white. But actually, the magenta came in handy today when I was painting her sweater. But yeah, I actually suggest you mix all your colors. I've seen lots of artists do that, and it doesn't hurt. I mean, while I was in school, they taught us not to mix products, but I mean, from different lines. And I mean, that makes sense, but I think mixing colors is okay. I mean, maybe it's not okay, but it's worked out for me so far. So no problem. Like, I will use a different base, a different, like, gel polish, and then a different top coat. And I've gotten... Well, that's not true because I've been using the same G&D base and top with different colors underneath, and it seems to work out, so I think it's okay. I think I'm just expecting it to be like in science class where you mix chemicals and then it'll just blow up. But I don't think it's like that. So we're fine right now. Now I'm doing the shading for her skin. This gives it the kind of life. I wanted to talk about something special with this cartoon because it's the style where you basically don't leave anything flat. The thing with cartoons is that it's not as detailed as realistic painting, so you don't have as much like variation in color and shades when you're making your portrait. But in this, everything that's like too empty, we're gonna be adding a little dot of color or just something else. Like for example, on her hair, it's not just gonna be brown. We're gonna be adding those little like streaks of highlight, but they're not gonna be so like brushed on that it looks heavily detailed. It's just gonna be like little dots or slashes basically. That way you still keep it cartoony, but it's not like also just really flat and kind of empty, I want to say. I think flat is the best word because even on her sweater right now, you don't want to keep that just pink because then it's kind of, and then with like black outline, then it'll be kind of boring. We're going to be adding some shading like we are here, like around her eyes and her eye. Those aren't even her eyebrows, those are just the shading that goes with her eyebrow bone. And that's going to give it a little more life. Bless you, Bobby. I don't know if you heard him sneeze, but he sneezed. But yeah, I use that technique all the time. Or afterwards with my black outline, I will just draw little dashes where I think there's too much, I guess, empty space or too much just flat color. Yeah, to give it that sense of, oh, it's filled in, But, you don't want to get too heavy with it. And usually I would do, right, like flat color, then the shading, and then like the black outline afterwards. But right here I'm kind of just jumping all over because it felt weird to not have her eyes on there. Usually you'd have the white kind of circles to represent the flat base for the eyes. But because our eyes are closed, I just drew in the lashes in black, and once I already had the black, I started doing the outline. So I feel like it's all over the place here while I was painting this, but it worked out. I just had to wipe my brush a lot because it's the only super thin brush I have and the one I basically use for everything. I used to have an oil painting teacher who was super cool, but he said that when you're painting, you should never use the same brush for more than, I don't know, he said like 5 minutes or something. Or maybe not 5 minutes, but something like that. Because he wanted to encourage us to have a lot of like textures and variations in our paintings and not to make it look so, I guess, unison everywhere, make it more interesting. Change up the brush strokes. In my case, I am not doing that at all. I'm just using one single paintbrush for everything, even the big blotches of paint. I mean, for example, the face, I filled it in with the little paintbrush, but I could have just used the brush, the big brush from the bottle itself. But whatever works for you, right? I know watercolor artists, they tend to use just one brush for everything. At least in my case. I would use, one big brush to get everything done. I don't need to change it up. But art in overall is very personal, right? Like you kind of build up your own way of doing things, and that can be bad when you're wanting to learn something new, because when you have a teacher telling you, change it up, you're like, no, it's gonna suck because I'm not used to it. But it's really good to get out of your comfort zone. Maybe I'll try different brush strokes on these cartoons. I'm kind of just doing what I like doing on my iPad. so so I haven't really explored much of the all the different things I could do with gel. But I guess that's the point of these videos. They help me try different things. For example, I'm going to be trying some chrome powder today for the last nail. And I'm not very good at it, but you know, it's something worth exploring. But I'm definitely one of those people that just has their own style and does it over and over and over, doesn't really expand from it. So that's my curse, I suppose. Or I could just get really, really, really good at this one thing. So, you know, you need a balance of both. Because I still really need to learn a lot about nails. I guess another neat thing I tried was mixing acrylic, kind of get that marbled effect as I'm applying the acrylic on rather than painting it on afterwards on top. That was really fun. You can see that on this set in the ring finger. There's a bunch of yellows and pinks, and I just kind of swirled it on, and it was really fun. But back to the painting itself, we're adding some blush and some eyeshadow. I wanted it to be more kind of brownish pinky, but this works too. I just made it the same color as the blush basically. Except the blush, I'm going to be tapping it, spreading it, and mixing it into the skin. I just took a pink and mixed it with the skin color, and that way when I kind of blend it in, it'll be a much easier time. And then I just added more pink in the middle so you can really see it. And then you take that skin color and just keep blending it until it goes away. Not goes away, sorry, but like, you know, blends in, you know, dissipates into the... Is that even a word? I don't know what I'm saying. It probably is a word, but because I can't back up its definition, I might be using it wrong. So here I'm jumping again into the outlining. I'm all over the place, like I said. But yeah, what's also interesting about this cartoon style is that it has very prominent, dark, thick outside lines. So whatever is touching the background will be really, really thick black lines. And everything else inside will be just a little thinner or way thinner, you know, like in the eyelashes, the little line that's around her choker, or like giving her her body shape. So that's really cool. I love doing that style. It makes it look really like, I don't know, like chibi almost. And really stickery. Because afterwards I'm going to be outlining everything in white to make it even more like a sticker. I would even compare it to a sort of graffiti style. Because, I mean, those aren't stickers, but like I find that they outline a lot of their work. You know, you have, for example, lettering, which we're also going to do in the next nail. And then you outline it with something and outline that with something else in another color, and then overall you make it all, you just keep outlining it basically. So that's what I'm doing with Rosalia after all these little details, is finishing it off with a nice white outline. That's gonna, you know, really make her pop out of that nail. That's so dark. Like, I think it's because I encapsulated it so much, so thickly, that it just captures all the light and keeps it in there. It doesn't reflect it at all. But ooh, I don't know, I'm not a scientist. If you're watching, you can play a drinking game. Every time I say I don't know, take a drink. But if you're 12, every time I say I don't know, drink some orange juice. I don't know, are kids allowed to drink juice anymore now that we found out how bad sugar is for you? Don't drink juice, kids, and don't do drugs either. I really do like juice though, but I never drink it. When I was like, I don't know, a teenager, my mom stopped buying juice for us, and she's like, no, it has so much sugar, it's so bad for you. So I don't know, I've just gotten used to not drinking juice. Now I can't even finish a pop can, or you know, of soda or pop, whatever you call it, because, oh, look at her teeth. Eee. Yeah, I can't really drink a whole thing of pop. But maybe that's just because I'm an adult now, and you know, you grow out of those simple things like enjoying tons and tons of sugar. Right? Am I right? Adults? We don't like drinking or like drinking Coca-Cola while you're eating birthday cake? Because I used to do that when I was like 7. I would like, I'd be at my birthday party eating a lollipop, sinking it into the 7-Up, eating it, having cake, and then having like pop at the, yeah, it was insane. Now we're shading her sweater with some of that magenta mixed with the black. It's a really pretty color, don't you think? I just think it's too pink for me. I mean, I love pink, but this is, I don't know, maybe too purpley if anything. I did do a set where I only used magenta, and it was just, I don't know, it wasn't bright enough, I guess, is my point. But that's why I don't use it so often. Also, I added a little music note to fill in the space above her head because we're all about filling in flat spaces. And now I'm going to be painting her little Louis Vuitton logos on her sweater. How did I switch from that sugar topic so quickly? Anyway, better we move on to what we're actually doing here in this video. I guess the tip of the day is don't leave blank spaces and don't drink tons of sugar. I mean, that's always going to be universally bad for you anyways. But Coke Zero should be okay, right? Welcome back to Toony Nails, where I give cartoony nail advice and life advice at the same time about your diet. I remember one video we were talking about vegetarianism too, so yeah, I'm all over the place here in this channel. Spreading that good life advice, inspiring people to wear Louis Vuitton matching sweaters with sweatpants. Honestly, I would do that if I could afford it, but not really. Let's not get into high fashion again, because I won't be probably using even the right names for stuff. For stuff and things. Right now, I'm painting her hoop earrings and her little scrunchie with my favorite Cara Sky gold liner, which I love very much. I use it pretty much every single time I do nails. Now I'm going to be outlining my little music notes so it really stands out. And the last step will be to do a white outline on everything. But yeah, I really like that little music note. It fills in that space above her head, and it really makes it look like she's singing, right? Okay, what is this now? We're mixing some light brown, and we're going to be adding the highlights in her hair. Look, this is what I mean. Dots, divots, lines. We don't want blank spaces. That's going to give the illusion that the hair is flowing a certain direction. And also going to be filling in that blank spots. So that's really cool. You can do that with the skin, you can do that with the hair, you can do that with the sweater, anything you like. And I'm going to leave that space under her neck blank because we're going to be adding a little gem to be like her little choker detail, you know. So right now I'm doing that white outline I was talking about. It's going to really change everything from kind of dark to really really popping. I hope to get some neon colors soon, and then I can do this with like neon pink or neon yellow or green, and I think that would be really, really super cool. But I have yet to learn how to use those neon powders. I've never used them before, so watch this. Little outline around her eyelash. I'm really proud of that. Also, this reminds me of like an anime scene where like the girl is singing and everyone's watching her and she's like, nah, nah. Because there are scenes in anime where they don't even animate it. Like, it's just like a picture that's been zoomed in and it's supposed to represent them doing something. And it's usually singing. I feel like they never actually move when they're singing. And this is one of those scenes which just makes it that much better for me. And I really like how underneath there's sparkles, so whichever way you look at this nail, it's going to be shining. Sing, sing, sing. And we always want our stars shining, don't we? Especially Rosalia. Actually, she don't need us to shine, does she? Anyway, here you can really see how that white outline makes her really pop. And it makes even all the other colors pop a little better too. Here I'm going to be putting some highlight on my little note too. It's not really highlight, it's just that, yeah, I didn't do the white underneath that pink there, and see, it doesn't look as bright as it does in her sweater. But yeah, it looks so much better using the rest of that pink to add a little bit of highlight on her. And there she is in all her color variation glory. I'm also going to be adding that little necklace gem, but I don't actually like this one. I think the pink just kind of blends in with all the rest of the pink, so I'm going to be switching it up and adding a new one. And yes, you can do that before you cure it. There it is, yellow. That will really go with her scrunchie and her necklace and her Louis Vuitton decorations. Next, we're going to be doing her name on a nail. This is the super shiny nail, so I thought there's not a lot going on this nail except for having lots of sparkles, so it's perfect for her name because, you know, there's not a lot of distractions. And this font is going to have a lot of little details in it. I had to do it a couple times to get it right. But yeah, I got it from one of her album covers, and her name was spelled out in this style, and I thought it was really pretty. Kind of like fancy calligraphy, graffiti, you know, it's just her. So it matches with the whole theme of the nail. But yeah, I think getting text right is really hard on a nail because it's so small and letters tend to have a lot of little things on them. I'm going to be starting out with the sketch like I am right here. That's always going to be the first step for me because it's just kind of gets my brain in the zone of where to put everything. My little map, you know. But yeah, I've been practicing this font for the past few hours, so I'm getting a little better at it. It's kind of giving me some Harry Potter font style, like, vibes. Because of the yellow I'm going to be adding here in the middle. But nothing wrong with that. Everybody loves Harry Potter, right? Well, actually, a lot of people don't, right? Is that what the news is? But we'll move on. As I was talking about earlier, this is sort of that graffiti thing where you fill in with a color and then you outline it with more colors. So after I'm done with this yellow, I'm going to be going back to my really nice magenta pink, which is not going to pop as much because I didn't put the white underneath, which would have really helped. But then it's just more steps. And I don't want to do more steps. Talk about being lazy. We're just going to be doing kind of a 3D shading behind the nails with the pink. And again, if this was a brighter pink, it would look a little better. I did add some white on there just because, yeah, I don't have to do that base white if I could just mix the white into the color itself, right? So that is going to give me a little more brightness, and I don't have to do an extra step. But yeah, I'm just going on, so it would be on the left side and underneath any shape I see on that letter. That is my logic when I'm doing 3D, I guess. It's just always stick to one or two sides, so underneath and to the left of whatever is happening. And it looks like that. Then I'm going to be doing the black outline to finish it like this. And you see, it's like a kind of Harry Potter-ish vibe. And then I did a white outline after that. And see, that really completes the kind of graffiti look that Rosalia goes for a lot in her styles and her album covers and stuff. Then gems! Gems are my favorite. I'm putting it right there. I should definitely do a gem haul one day when I have more money. I want to really explore all the different types of ways I can use gems in nails. On this nail, I'm going to be doing a rose because I think she really represents roses really well. And then I'm going to be drawing a $sign underneath just to make her look more like a hip-hop singer. I don't know, I feel like they're always flashing all their money. I don't know if she really does that, but I mean, her Instagram is full of her being in really cool places that I think only rich people can go to. So, yeah, we're just going to go with that. She does have a song called God Deliver Us from Money. And I don't know if it's like a song that she wrote saying how it can be difficult to be rich, or not difficult, but it can make us as a humanity selfish. I don't know. So that's the gold chrome I did on the nails. I'm not going to show you how I did them because I'm pretty sure I did it wrong. But there she is, the lady of the hour, Rosalia. Thank you so much for watching my video this week, guys. That was a lot of talking. But yeah, look at that awesome font. Again, I regret that I don't have these on my own hands. I would definitely rock them. These, because I would just be so happy to have them. That's what rocking means, right? Being happy about what you're wearing. Again, I thank you so much. I post every Tuesday at 9 a.m. here on Toonie Nails. I mean, I strive for 9 a.m., but, you know, I'm trying my best here. So that's 9 a.m. Pacific time in Vancouver, British Columbia. That's where I am. Don't forget to like and subscribe on my channel. I would really appreciate that. And have an awesome week, guys. I'll see you next time. And you can always comment down below to tell me what you want me to do next week. Yeah, maybe I'll do your favorite singer next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Oh, also, don't forget to use cuticle oil.